Hi, my name is Autumn Brown, and my husband and I have a condo in Hawaii that we spend a lot of time in. And I'm always really space challenged with my hobbies here because I only have a very small space. I call it a closet. It's a closet that I've kind of turned into a office slash craft slash genealogy area because I love scrapbooking and making cards and exploring my family history. So um, I am always trying to find space for my craft items because I think we all know they can explode out everywhere. And you can see behind me some of my solutions on the door of my cloffice. Um, but I had an issue with my washi tape because I love using it, but I always forget about it because I can't see it because I have no place to store it. So I was I was trying to find a solution to that, and in the video you're about to see, you'll see what I came up with. I hope you like it. Thank you. So today we're going to this is my first YouTube video, so I'm really testing things out. I hope y'all will bear with me. But today I wanted to show you guys an idea I had. I've got all this washi tape, and I don't know how to store it. And so I tried, at some point I tried storing washi in a box, and then, but to see what you have to dump out the whole box. That didn't work out. So I thought, well, maybe I'll try storing it in on these rings, and I did that, but they were so bulky and there were just tons of them. So I decided, well, maybe, and I had multiple colors. It would only hold, 4 or 5 rolls before it got too bulky. So I thought, well, I'll just hang them on string, but then every time you want to get that one, you got to undo these, and then you got to get this one off and then put them back on, and that was just a mess. So I just really wanted a shelf that I could just put them all on, and um, and I couldn't find anything. So one day I was in Walmart, and I just was walking down one of the aisles to get to another aisle, and I found this, and I thought, well, I wonder if that shelf right there, if I could put washi on a shelf. And so I came home, and I pulled out a few washi, and sure enough, the washi fits just really well right here on the back of this 4x6 um, photo frame from Walmart. It cost a little more than $1, and they have them at the dollar store too. And I thought, well, that would be perfect. But I want more than just one row, and I really kind of want it to be, multiple rolls. So I bought several of these, and I brought them home, and I ended up coming up with something like this. Hope you can see this. It's hard for me to tell, but um, it's a multiple row washi tape holder, and I'll show you how it works. They just fit right on there. I'll put another few rolls on each one. And um, and I'll show you guys how to make this yourself. It's very easy. So this is how it ends up with the washi on it, and I'll show you it. It will go on the wall, and I'll show you all the things that we need. First thing that we'll do is talk about safety. If you're under 18, then you need to do this with parental supervision. If you're over 18, you should put on safety glasses. You can't see me, but I'm wearing safety glasses. The first thing I have here is a Teflon oven mat. That's so the glue won't stick to it. So we'll start with that. You'll need several of these frames, and I've already done most of what I purchased, and I don't need any more, so I'm not going to show you but one tier, how to do one tier, and then you just repeat that however many rows you want. And I'll put this right here so you can see that while I'm doing these others. So we'll need several of these, and the supplies you'll need are some mounting squares. You can either choose these are re-stickable. You can choose re-stickable, or you can choose permanent ones. Some super glue. Not sure where my light is, but that's super glue. Some blue tape. Regular masking tape's fine. The tools you'll need are, you may need this just to measure how many shelves you can put on your wall. For mine, I wanted an 11 inches, so I'm going to have room for one more row here. You'll also need a box knife with a sharp blade. You want it to be sharp. A ruler, an emery board, and a pen to mark the photo frame with. So the first thing that I did was I took my biggest piece of washi tape and I figured out how big the shelf needed to be for that washi tape to sit in there. And this one is relatively new. I think I used it once. So this is about as big as it gets. And then I measured how much space I needed between the shelves, and just placed the shelves together. Where's this one? Like this, to see how much room I needed. And then I measured how big I wanted the shelf to be. And I hope you guys can see with that on, to have it overlap about a 1/4 inch, how big that shelf would need to be. And for me, it turned out to be about 2 3/8. And I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but this is about 2 3/8 from here to the end of the shelf. I hope you can see that. So now I'm going to take this photo frame, and I'm going to mark it 2 3/8 away from the bottom of the shelf. And that's right there. And I'm doing it with a gel pen just so I could see it. But you could use any kind of pen that will that you can wipe off of this plastic after we finish. So there's my markings. I don't what I could have done, and I don't want to because I don't have the room, but what I could have done is left this top one just like it is, and this top picture be a photo frame where you could have a picture right here in this one, and then washi on below that, so it would look like this when it was finished, and you'd have a photo in this top one on your wall and washi tape here, so only about this much of the photo would show, but you could have a photo here, you know, a long skinny photo or long skinny decoration, and then washi tape below that. But I want to have as many rows of washi tape as I possibly can. So I'm going to take this top piece off, just like I did these other 4 rows, and I'll show you how to do that. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm literally just going to pull this top piece off, and I'm going to break it. Again, wear your safety glasses. So I'm just going to pull until it breaks, and then I'm going to cut that off with my box knife and my sharp blade. There's a protective covering on these to keep the lucite clean. So you have to cut through that. And I'm going to save this and maybe use it on some other project. I'm not sure what, but I'm going to save it anyway. So so we have our markings. Now I'm gonna stand up, and we're gonna score this with the box knife so that when we cut it, when we pop it, it pops cleanly. So I'm going to hold this ruler very tightly, and I'm going to score this multiple times. And if you want to put something under your desk surface just to make sure you don't cut through, that's fine. Oops, see that one? I went way over. So you have to just be very careful, and be very careful of your fingers too. Again, if you're under 18, you should be doing this with parental supervision, or have your parents do it. So now I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to find that score line that I had before, and I'm going to score it from the top just to make sure that I got it really good and scored on both sides. Okay. All right, so now what I'm going to do is, you can see that score line now. I'm just going to very carefully, very slowly pop that, and you see, and there's a little divot there, but it won't matter, because we're not going to, we're not going to sell these, so they don't have to be perfect. DIY is all about function and doing something fun with your day. Okay, so now we have another shelf, and to make sure that this part is not sharp, I'm going to use the emery board, and I'm just going to sand it. And that's going to make that a little bit less off, too. And you can see the sand from getting it nice and clean. And now it's not sharp, and it doesn't feel sharp. So I'm going to put this one, because I did a little better job on the scoring on this top one. I'm going to put this one on the bottom. And this one, you can kind of see here, I've got some fingerprint marks. This was the first one I did. So I wasn't really as good at it on this first one as I've gotten after that. So I'm going to put this one on the bottom. And now we really have the simple part is just to put some glue on this one. And I'm going to peel this back a little bit just to make sure that the glue doesn't get underneath the cellophane. And what we're going to do is we're going to glue this one to this one. And I did kind of notice that as I was doing it, these were getting a little off square. So I'm going to take this ruler, see how these two are not exactly square. So I'm going to take the ruler and I'm going to butt it up against that when I lay it down. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take the super glue, and let's make sure you guys can see this. I'm going to take the super glue, and I think I'm going to peel this all the way back so it lies all the way flat. I'm going to take the super glue and put a few dots of glue on this. Maybe a little bit right there. Can maybe even spread it around a little bit. Just a tad. Okay. And now we're going to take this one and we're going to put it right on top of that one. Just a tad, like about a 1/4 inch. If you can see, there's just about a 1/4 inch from the edge. And I'm going to put this ruler here so that we make sure that these are all lining up next to each other as best I can make them. Okay, so now what we need to do is let this tier right here dry. And just to make sure it doesn't move, I'm going to take some tape and I'm going to tape it down to the desktop. Just like that. And then we're going to leave it here to dry. And I'll come back in just a little bit and we'll see if it dried, and then we'll hang it on the wall. How about them apples? Okay, so I've actually waited about an hour. So I'm going to remove the tape here and see what we have. So see, it's been about an hour and it's all good and stuck now. So I have my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tier shelf now. And if I wanted to, I kind of like the clean look, so I'm not going to embellish this in any way, but you could, go in and put washi tape to cover where you can see the glue if you want, or you could paint it. You can do whatever you want to it now. It doesn't weigh very much, but what we're going to do next is affix what we're going to put it on the wall. And I'm hoping that these restickable tabs work because they're clear. And if they don't work, then I'm probably going to use, I don't have the original box for this thing, but I'm probably going to use these things that hold hooks on the wall. that are clear. These are clear as well, and they work really well for the hooks. So I think they might work really well for this too. But if I were to use these, I would put them on like this so that these removable tabs are where you can get to them. So I would probably put one here and then one here and one here. Um, but but I'm going to try to use these removable, movable ones in case I get it in the wrong place. I can move it somewhere else. So we'll do that, and then the next video, then I'll pause the camera again and then show you a shot of the wall. So these are just clear squares, and I'm going to put one at, actually I'm going to put one, I'm not going to put one on the top. I'm going to put one here. And here. And then I'm going to put, I think I'm going to put one here, no, here and here. And oh, it says it'll hold 1 pound. Each one will hold 1 pound, so that would, 4 of them is going to be 4 pounds. So this was my original one. You can see that it's the worst of the 3 of the 5 that I did. But that's called learning. Okay, so I've got these on, and now I'm going to stick them to the wall and put the washi on it. And I will get back with you guys in just a few minutes and show you the final product. So my best laid plans with that removable tape did not work out. I had it up there for about 4 minutes, and then it fell down and the washi tape went everywhere. So I tried the other solution using the tabs that you use on the removable hooks, and that worked great. It's held now for about 14 hours, and I don't think it's going anywhere. And I'll show you here in just a moment. I'm going to reposition the camera and show you how I did that. Unfortunately, again, this is my first video, and I didn't know how to pause, so I didn't get pictures of, I didn't get video of how I changed it, but I think you'll get it. Okay, so this is my desktop and my monitor hanging on the wall, and I wanted to put my washi tape where I could get to it quickly and see it. So my monitor moves, and there's the washi tape on the picture frame thing that we created, and you see it here. And if you can see that right there, see this? These are those little tabs from the hooks, the 3M hooks, and you can take this little tab if you ever want to remove it from the wall, and you pull that and it comes right off. But you can see it's stuck to the wall and it's not going anywhere. And I was able to get, a good bit of washi tape on here. I did kind of figure out that you need to put, if you want to really fill it all the way to capacity, you need to put your widest rolls on the outside, because the narrow ones tend to fall off pretty easily. And I may decide that I don't want to fill it full to capacity, but this gave me a good rainbow, and these are pretty representative. I have some more in a box, and as I use some of this up, I'll replace it with some that I have in the box, but at least now I will remember to use it, and I've got lots and lots of options, and I'm really pretty excited about it. I hope you all enjoyed my video, and you'll like me and share with your friends. Thanks. Bye.